Hi guys, it's Amanda and I'm here at the grocery store and I wanted to ask a question for you. I answer a question for you that I get asked all the time. Pay no attention to the poor looking boy in the background. One thing people ask me all the time is what's the difference between coconut oil, regular coconut oil, and virgin coconut oil, whether I want refined or unrefined, which one's best for me, which one's best for my body, the benefits, etc. And the truth is that the kind you buy does make a difference on the benefits that you're getting. So if you have questions while I'm live, go ahead and drop them below, throw a heart or a hello so I know you're there, and let me see if I can break this down for you. So when you see two different kinds, these are both organic, they both say vegan, and they're both great for you, right? Well, one says refined and one says unrefined. The difference between, the first difference is how you're going to use it in your cooking. The refined coconut oil is good up until 450 degrees is the smoke point. So that means that it's going to sustain higher heat than virgin or unrefined, which is only going to go to 350. So if you were doing a hot stir fry, you might want this refined version that can take that 450 degree high heat, right? But if you are going to bake something that bakes at 400, you might want this one so that it can take the high heat. I personally don't ever really seem to need to go over 350. I usually stick with the unrefined. Now here's another thing that you might not know. Here's a generic store brand, and I'm not saying the generic brand is bad, but I am saying that you need to pay attention. When you open this kind, it doesn't tell you anywhere on here, but it has been partially hydrogenated. So much like Crisco and those other thick fats, which coconut oil is a hardened fat at room temperature, and when it gets to a certain point it melts into an oil. And it's good both ways. You can let it melt, reharden, melt, reharden. But when it's partially hydrogenated, it's going to stay this texture all the time, no matter what the temperature is usually, unless it gets really warm. And what it does is it takes away some of the benefits. When you have refined, it says expeller press refined. Sometimes on the unrefined, you'll see it called virgin. That all means the same thing, cold pressed. That has a lot more polyphenols and it has a lot more nutrients that act as, the polyphenols act like antioxidants in your body. So you're getting the benefits from this version. This version, while still great, it doesn't have as many benefits. And why? Because it's been bleached before and then heat pressed to make it retain that higher heat. It's been heat pressed to refine it. They want to get as much oil out of the coconut meat as possible. So while this is cold pressed and all they're doing is pressing it out of the coconut, and this one they're using high heat to melt it out of the coconut while pressing, and that's how you lose some of those. So although it retains a higher heat, you lose some of the benefits. All right. Little monster, you want to say hi? Hi. So if I was going to go buy coconut oil and I wasn't planning on baking it at a super high heat, very nice, good job, I would not be buying something that's partially hydrogenated where half the benefits have been taken out. If you're using it for skin, cleaning, moisturizing, all the same rules apply as if you're ingesting it. So if you want the best kind you can for your body, the price difference, well, let's see. These are both the organic. They're both, you can see the labels. They're both the same brand, and I'll tell you the difference. The refined, the one that is refined, that is not my first choice, is 70 cents cheaper than this. So this one is $5.19 and this one is $5.89. So it's up to you. Like most things in life, things that are a little better for you are a little more expensive. So you have to weigh the cost. Like, for instance, we have steak every Sunday. Will you call 2624? Benefits of live video. You also get a 2-year-old making a giant condensed milk, a 3-year-old. Whoop! I'm going to drop one of these and end up buying lots of coconut oil. Anyway, let's see if I can prop you back up. I might have lost my spot. Okay, so like my example is organic fruits and vegetables. I can often find organic bananas for 10 cents more than regular. 59 cents versus 49 cents. To me, that's worth it. That's an easy trade and a small price difference. Same with the coconut oil. That 50 cents is worth it to me because this is what I'm going to be putting in my body for the next 2, 3, 4 weeks, however long it lasts me. I use it in my coffee in the morning. I use it for cooking. Oh, so here's another thing to address, taste. We'll get to that. Anyway, to finish up the price thing. So if you want the benefits on all those polyphenols, antioxidants, the reason it's so good for you, those healthy omega fatty acids that are really good for our skin, hair, nails, bodies, lubricate our digestive system, all the great benefits of an oil like this or avocados or whatever, that small price difference might be worth it. Now, I would love to buy all grass-fed meats, organic grass-fed beef, but that's a little out of my price range. I was just here looking at ribeyes for $11.99 versus $23.99 for a grass-fed. That's a little outside my budget. It's sad in this country that that's the way it is. In other countries in Europe, it's pretty much different. It's all the same. You're going to have better access to grass-fed and whole farm-raised animals, but here we don't. So you have to make the choices of what works in your budget. But for me, the 70 cents difference to get the benefits is worth it here, and it's worth it in the produce section with all the chemicals that aren't put in the vegetables that I grow. That's worth it to me. So you kind of have to pick your battle on what's worth it budget-wise for your family. If you're cutting coupons like I do, if you use an app like if I'm at Safeway, or here I'm at Fred Meyer right now, Kroger, I use the app first before I come shopping, and I get every coupon I can. And if I see something's on on special on the weekend, then I'll try and wait till the weekend. I'll try and make sure I'm maximizing the fuel points. All those things save money and allow you to then be able to fudge your groceries to a little higher quality. So you got to keep those things in mind. I know we're all on a budget, or most people are. Most people I know are, and but anyway, so you have all these oils and all these selections, and it can be overwhelming. Know that oftentimes when you buy the cheap store brand that is not virgin or unrefined or cold pressed, those are those keywords you're looking for on the coconut oil, that Ibotta, Checkout 51, great apps. Now know that when you're not buying ones with those keywords, that you are getting a lesser product. In this case, at least you're going to get yes, it will cook to a higher heat, so it won't smoke as high, so that's a benefit, but you are losing some of the minerals and the phytonutrients, some of the benefits. It also has used chemicals in the processing. Oftentimes you have to look at the label for that. Since this is organic and expeller pressed, it hasn't, but the regular brand like this has. It's been partially hydrogenated, and it has chemicals in the processing. They bleach it, and those things are going in your body. So just because you hear coconut oil and coconut oil is good for me, and then you stick this in your body, it does not mean that you're getting the same benefit. Does that make sense to everyone? I hope that was helpful to you today, because I get these questions a lot, and so I'm going to try and do a little series here every week where we do a little Ask Amanda, and I address some of the most commonly answered or asked questions I get. I did one on peanut butter last year that was very popular, because little things like that are confusing. And what's the difference? And you have to kind of weigh and cost and benefit of what you're doing for your body. But if I'm going to use this, I might as well buy olive oil. It's just as good for me, and this is, in my opinion, that's a better version than this. So choose wisely, but if you're going to go with an organic virgin, either of these will be fine, because this one hasn't been chemically processed. It's been cold pressed. But if I was going to choose my ideal, I'm always going to go with the virgin versus the refined. Maximize what you're putting in your body. All right, guys, I hope that helped you. If you have any questions, post them below, and I will see you another time with another helpful tip. Sorry about the lovely grocery store lighting. Have a great day.